fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo silver, the Lone Ranger. No one was able to vision the future of the western United States more accurately than the masked rider of the plains. To him, the great new country was a land of boundless opportunity for every settler, and the man who deserved a new start in life could always depend on his help. Return with us now to those thrilling days when the West was young. From out of the past come the thundering hoofbeats of the great horse Silver. The Lone Ranger rides again.
Come on, Silver! We're heading west for the range country! Hi-yo, Silver! Away!
A man entered the cafe at Huntsville and made his way to the bar. The clothes he wore were good, but stained and unkempt. A stubble of beard showed on his face. His eyes were bloodshot, and the hand with which he reached for the bottle in front of him trembled. The bottle was almost within his grasp, and the bartender stepped forward swiftly and snatched it away.
Oh, no, you don't.
I'll drink. Please. Gotta have one.
On your way, Doc.
I'll pay. I have money. Wait.
Keep your cash. Never as long as you live will you get another drink in this cafe while I'm running it.
But
Look there, it's the Doc. It's a wonder he's got the nerve to show his face.
Man, you don't understand.
You're a drunken killer. You ought to be tarred and feathered and run out of town on a rail.
Oh, wait.
You murdered Tim as surely as if you'd put a gun to his head and pulled the trigger.
No, I
It's too
didn't.
bad this town ever seen you.
You're finished in these parts, Doc.
Wait, can't you listen to me?
What's there to say? If you'd been sober, Tim could have pulled through. You were so liquid you could hardly stand up. You're a skunk.
No, I hadn't been drinking. Listen, I tell you.
You're lying.
Please, lift me.
Shut up. The law can't touch you for your kind of killing, Doc. But that don't prevent me from showing what I think about it. Yeah. How do you like that?
Hey, you dirty.
Now, want more, eh? All right, you dirty.
Stop it.
But this guy...
Feel like spending the night in jail? Well, if you do, just try that again.
You sticking up for the polecat, Sheriff?
Quiet! No, I'm not defending him. But there'll be nothing like this going on in town while I'm the law. Doc?
Well?
You take some advice from me. Go home to your wife, pack your bags, and get out of Huntsville and stay out.
But, Sheriff...
I'm talking. When Tim died tonight, you played out your string in these parts. You had your chance and traded it for liquor. I can't jail you. And if you choose to stay, I'll see to it nobody lays a hand on you. But if you do stay, well, Doc, you'll be the lonesomest man this town ever seen.
Ted.
Jane, don't.
Ted, you've been in a fight.
I'm going to my room.
Wait.
I can't talk now, Jane. I just can't.
Ted, no. Let me in. Ted, please. Please let me in. Unlock the door. Ted, please, let me in.
Tonto, was that a shot?
It sounded like gun.
Where did it come?
You look.
Come on, Silver.
Get him up, Scout.
Hurry, boy.
Get him up. Get him up, Scout.
What's the trouble here?
Oh, there, Silver. Oh, Scout. Oh, fella. Oh.
Quick, my husband locked himself in. Shot himself.
Come on. Where is he?
There. That room.
Unlocked.
Oh, hurry, hurry.
All right, Tonto, together now. Inside.
Ted.
Just grazed himself. Tonto, hot water and clean clothes. There's nothing to cry about. Tonto and I'll bring him round in no time. Tonto went to work, and in half an hour, the doctor had recovered sufficiently to tell the Lone Ranger his story.
So you lost a patient, were told to leave town, and came home to shoot yourself, huh?
You don't understand.
I think I do. You didn't have the courage to face it out.
Face it out. After what they said, after the things they called me.
You deserved them.
He didn't. Ted hadn't been drinking. Can't you see we're telling you the truth?
You say he'd been attending a sheep herder before he returned to town. He was called to treat this man who died?
He was. Ted, tell him how long you'd gone without sleep.
Almost 60 hours. I was so tired I was ready to drop.
You'll swear to that?
I will.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking your wife.
It is the truth.
I believe you.
Thank you.
But I still hold to what I said. Your husband deserved everything they called him.
How can you say such a thing?
Now, one moment.
But
Your husband has been drinking, hasn't he?
I...
You might as well admit it. It's well enough known.
I had. Plenty.
Very well. And isn't it true that you treated patients in that condition?
It is.
But nothing ever happened.
That was just the good fortune of those who trusted him. Something like this could easily have happened before. That Ted wasn't really to blame this time doesn't change it in the least.
You're not fair.
Jane, he's being fair now.
No, he isn't.
Yes, he is. You know, he hasn't said anything you haven't told me yourself.
But, Ted...
There's no use arguing it. Stranger, my wife defends me because she's my wife. But don't think for a minute she ever approved of my drinking. She didn't. If I'd listened to her, I would have stopped it long ago.
I understand.
But I didn't stop. You can't go back. You can't erase mistakes. They told me the truth at the cafe. I'm finished.
You wouldn't be alive now if you believed that.
No?
Something made you turn the barrel of that gun enough to save your life. You must have realized, even when your finger tightened on the trigger, that you still wanted to live.
No, it was cowardice.
All right, call it that if you choose. But what will you do now?
I don't know.
You don't look like a bad fellow, Ted. Are you a good doctor? Aside from the drinking, I mean.
There's none better.
Oh, that's not so. But I wasn't bad. I really wasn't. I think that was partly the trouble. I was too confident. I sort of had the notion I didn't have to be careful. I could get away with anything.
You're not the first to make that mistake.
So this is the way I've ended.
Why not turn the end into a beginning?
Huh?
You've learned something from this, haven't you? Why not take advantage of what you've learned?
What do you mean?
Fight your way back to the position you're capable of filling.
You mean leave here? Start in again somewhere?
No.
But
you want to fight, stay here and make it a real one.
Stay here? I couldn't.
Why not?
What? How could we live? Where would we get money? Our practice is gone.
Your health isn't?
Health?
At least, if you lived sensibly, it wouldn't take you long to get it back. And a man who's able can always live one way or another. Look outside there. You've got some of the finest soil here that I've seen for miles. Raise a garden. Work at anything you can get. If people won't accept you as a doctor, turn to something else. Save that till later. But make an honest effort. And I'll guarantee you'll win out.
I wish I could believe that.
Why can't you? People in the West are fair. Prove yourself to them.
Maybe, but...
Ted, we will.
Jane, you don't know. You don't realize what it would mean. What we'd have to do without...
Are you afraid?
No, but...
Then I'm not either. We will stay. We will fight back.
Ted, how about it?
By thunder, I'll do it.
Good. Tonto and I must ride on. It may be months before we're back this way again. But whenever we're close, we'll ride by and see how you're getting along.
Is that a promise?
It is.
I'll hold you to it.
And I'll keep it.
Thanks. And stranger,
Yes?
here's my promise. The next time we meet, you'll see a mighty different man.
In the weeks and months that followed, the Lone Ranger and his faithful Indian companion Tonto often spoke of young Ted Bennett. Occasionally, they heard reports of him. More often, they were in sections too remote for rumor to reach them. And when at last they rode once more for Huntsville, it was on an errand in which he was not concerned. On the very day that they neared town, Ted, unaware of their approach, stopped the weeding of his garden to call to his wife, who was busy inside the kitchen.
Jane! Hi, Jane!
Yes?
What time is it?
Wait, almost 5.
Huh? Gosh, where does the time get to? Say, I've got to let this go. I got to be at Pedro's by 6. Honey, where can I wash?
There's water. Are you really going, Ted? Do you have to?
Sure, promise.
Has he paid you anything for your other calls?
You know darn well he hasn't. Where would Pedro lay his hands on money? If he was seen with any, they'd say he stole it. Oh, this the water you mean?
Wait.
But-
Ted, you can't go on with this. You're trying to do too much.
Huh?
Working in the garden, trying to sell what you raise, getting odd jobs, and then these calls. You can't keep them up, Ted. It's not as though they made you any money.
Well, honey, I don't expect
You're
it.
too easy.
Oh, now, Jane, wait. Where's that towel?
Here.
Thanks. You're getting this all wrong. I'm a doctor. I've got to keep my hand in. Well, how am I going to do it? The people in town with money won't have me. All right. Then I'll work with those who can't pay. The Breeds and the Indians and anyone else who needs help.
But, Ted, you can't...
Do I look as though I were doing too much? Nonsense. I was never healthy in all my life. And Jane,
Yes?
one of these days the folks in town are going to see for themselves. I really meant it when I said I was turning over a new leaf. We'll lick them yet.
I believe you will.
What the...
The masked man.
And Tonto!
Ted, you're looking fine.
Doggone! Where in the world did you fellas come from?
We've been hoping we'd see you.
Here, sit down. You
Not
two
now,
come.
Ted.
Oh, but
We'll
you-
come back and talk later. Right now, we're trying to locate someone. Maybe you can tell us where to find him.
Who?
A man named Lem Decker.
Lem Decker. Oh, he's got a place just on the other side of town.
Can you tell us how to reach it?
Sure, it's the last place you come to before you hit open country.
Just past the schoolhouse.
Yeah, that's it, on the East Trail. Kind of big place, run down some. Lem lives there with his kid brother.
And what do you know about him?
I don't know, nothing much. He's done some ranching, I guess. Maybe still does, for all I know. I think he's about my age. Don't see him often, though. Why?
We got word he wanted to see us.
Yeah?
What's Lem's reputation?
Reputation? What? I couldn't hardly say.
No?
Well, you see, I don't get a chance much to find out what other folks think.
They still haven't forgiven you, huh?
They're as down on me as ever.
They've been terrible to Ted.
Oh, they can't keep it up for always.
Of course they can't. Well, we'll ride over to see him. We'll be back later.
Sure.
Ted,
Hmm?
I just remembered something Mrs. Reed was telling us the other day. Something she said about Lem.
What was it?
Why, she said he'd been acting funny, frightened. Said he hardly ever left the house anymore. Doesn't even go up town. When he wants anything, he sends Jimmy for it.
Jimmy?
Oh, that's his kid brother.
Is it anything connected with why he sent for you?
I won't know until I see him, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Look, stranger,
Yes?
Jane and I heard things after we saw you last time. I think we've got a pretty good notion who you are.
Have you?
You're the Lone Ranger.
Oh,
Sure you are. And if you've come back, it's because there's trouble, isn't it?
maybe.
You did plenty for me that day. Couldn't I help?
Ted, if Lem sent for me for the reason I suspect, you'll be better off out of this. Come, Tonto.
But wait,
We'll see you later.
Come on, Silver. Up, Scout. Silver, away!
Ted.
Huh?
Oh, nothing.
Honey, what is it?
Oh, I don't know, Ted. Only for just a second there, I had the strangest feeling.
Hmm?
Like this was going to mean trouble for us all.
The curtain falls on the first act of our Lone Ranger story. Before the next exciting scenes, please permit us to pause for just a few moments. now to continue our story. A little later, on the day the Lone Ranger returned to Huntsville, Jimmy Decker looked out of the window of Lem's cabin. What he saw startled him. Finally, he called to his brother.
Lem!
What's the matter, Jimmy?
There's a masked man on a redskin coming down the lane. Gosh, who...
A masked man? Wait. It's them. Jimmy, you clear out.
Oh.
Go ahead now, quick. Out the back way. Go on.
Gee, I don't see why I can't stay.
Go uptown. And don't you come sneaking back, neither.
Oh, all right.
Come in.
You Lem Decker?
I am. This Tonto.
Lem, we came a long ways because you sent for us. What is it you want?
Didn't Arizona tell you?
Enough to make us get here as fast as we could. But we want your story.
Did he tell you about the holdups?
He did.
And the killings?
Yes.
Come on over here, away from the windows.
You're afraid of something.
You just bet I am.
What?
Mister, I know who pulled them holdups. But I think the worst of it.
No?
The fellow that done them knows I know.
So that's why they say you've been acting frightened.
Who told you that?
Never mind. It doesn't matter. Now get on with it. Why did you want Tonto and me?
Because you've got to help me out.
Help you?
Look, mister, if I tell you who the skunk is, will you go out and get proof that'll hang him?
Haven't you proof?
Well,
If you know the man, you must have some kind of evidence.
maybe I have.
Then turn it over to the law.
Like blazes, I will.
Why not?
Well, ain't it enough if I give you his name? Can't you go after him without making me run the chance of being killed?
You think he'd get you?
He would if he could.
Well, first, suppose you tell me how you can be sure you know the man.
Oh, I'll tell you. But I'm warning you. If you go to the law with it, I'll deny it.
Yes?
Well, I was with him on his first holdup.
I see.
Oh, don't get me wrong, mister. I'm no crook. He tricked me into it. Wanted to fix it so I'd have to string along the rest of the way. Only it didn't work out just the way he planned. So I got out of it. But get this straight. If he figured I was going to talk, he'd drill me. Even if he was to hang for it afterwards. That's the kind of a gent he is.
I think I understand. Your idea is for me to get evidence against him independent of yours. You feel if you tell me his identity, you've done enough.
Just so.
I wonder if you're as honest as you claim to be.
Mister, I got a kid brother to look after. I'm worrying about him. If anything happened to me, there ain't a soul alive to look out for him. He's my real job. As far as I'm concerned, this other comes second. Well, maybe I shouldn't have said as much as I have.
Very well. I won't attempt to decide whether you're doing right or wrong.
You'll go after the skunk and leave me out of it?
Yes, but first I want his name, then all the facts that'll help bring him to justice.
Right.
Oh. Tonto, the window. Lem. Lem, can you hear me? Can you see the fellow, Tonto?
Me fire, but me not hit him.
Which way was he going?
Go north.
Mounted? Stay here. Keep Lem alive.
Tonto do it.
He's in a bad way, and I'm going after the man who fired those shots. Here, Silver. Come on, old boy. After him, Silver. Hurry.
2 hours later, after following a trail that disappeared in a tangle of gullies, the masked man was forced to turn back without the man he sought. It was long after sundown, and he could still see the lights that shone from Lem Decker's home. Suddenly, he heard someone call to him.
Hi, masked man, wait!
Oh, there, Silver. Oh, boy. Oh.
Don't go back there. They got Tonto.
What's that?
They think he shot Lem, and they took him away to jail.
Tonto's in jail?
If Lem don't live, they'll hang him.
Who are you?
I'm Jimmy. Lem's my brother. I've been waiting for you to come back so I could warn you.
Quick, talk fast. How is Lem now?
He ain't come to. I heard the sheriff say maybe he'd die.
And they jailed the one man who might have saved him. Where's the sheriff now?
At the house.
Who else is there?
Just a deputy.
No one to take care of your brother?
Duck Wrigley's out of town.
Bennett?
Oh, gosh, they'd never let him do anything.
How about Tonto? Is he safe for now? Have you heard Lynch talk?
Some. They're just waiting to see what happens to Lem.
Jimmy, why did you warn me?
Gee, I know Tonto never done it. I seen him trying to help Lem. He wouldn't have done that if he'd wanted Lem to die, would he?
Of course not. Didn't you tell that to the sheriff?
He wouldn't believe me. And when he found 2 shots gone from Tonto's gun...
And the shots Tonto fired out the window.
Well, that just made him sure it was him.
Jimmy.
Huh?
You still want to help?
Oh, sure.
Then get back uptown. If a lynch mob forms, get word to me at once.
Where'll you be?
With your brother. Come on, Silver, come on!
Oh, there, Silver. Oh, boy. Oh, there. Oh.
Ted, you're coming with me.
What do you mean?
Lem Decker's been shot. Tonto's been jailed. If Lem doesn't live to clear him, there'll be a mob out for his life. You're going to see to it Lem lives.
What? I can't. They'd never stand for it.
No, leave that to me.
Sheriff, I reckon you can start filing the murder charge against that Indian right now. Lem's as good as done for.
I've done all I can do.
Shucks, even Doc Wrigley couldn't help much here.
Oh, what the?
Keep your hands from those guns.
Mask!
Get out, both of you.
Quiet blast, George.
Oh!
Slap leather, Sheriff, and you'll get the same. Outside. Ted and I are in charge here now. Get out and stay out.
That masked man's the Redskin's power. He don't want Lem to live. If Lem lives to testify, the Injun hangs for sure. If he wanted Lem to live, do you think he'd get Doc Bennett for him? No. You bet he wouldn't. Come on, we're going there and drive him out.
The whole town's coming here. Gee, I never seen so many fellas. Listen, you can hear them now.
Ted.
Yes?
What are Lem's chances?
1 in 1,000.
You probe for the bullets?
A shot may kill him at once.
And if you don't?
Then he's sure to die.
Then you've got no choice. Go after those bullets.
The townspeople, that mob heading here.
It's my job. You do yours and I'll do mine.
Right.
Jimmy, give Ted whatever help he needs.
Sure.
Stand where you are! Get back!
I'll blast the first man to take a step closer. You doubt it, try it.
Jimmy, more hot water, quick.
Is he gonna live, Doc?
Too early yet to say. Just stand by.
Get back! Get back, I tell you!
Ted, have you finished?
Done all that I can do.
How is he?
I can't say.
Will he come to?
If he lives, yes. He should regain consciousness soon.
Then he has to live. Sheriff,
I'm here.
walk forward. Keep your hands in the air.
What do you want?
Get inside. If Lem lives, he'll make a statement. And if he does, I want you there to hear it.
But the mob, whipped to fury by its leaders, was growing more courageous as time passed.
Get them fellas.
Come on, what are you scared of? Inside and drag him out.
We'll all go together.
Grab the masked fella first of all.
You better stand aside, mister.
Come on if you want to stop lead.
You can't fight us all.
I'll last long enough to take care of you.
Yeah? We'll see about that.
That's telling him, Lippy.
Come on. I'll lead the way. And we
Take it.
Oh! He shot your hat off.
Then slow it down, Lippy, and it got you.
A blasted polecat. We'll show him. You'll pay for that, mister. We're giving you one last chance. Clear out or take what's coming here.
Now step closer and take what's coming to you.
For blazes with him.
Come on, he don't dare shoot to kill.
All together now, boys.
Get going.
All together.
All right, fellas, follow me.
Hang back now.
Hold it! Get back! This is the law talking. Get back or I shoot to kill.
It's the sheriff.
Hold it, fellas.
The sheriff's backing the masked fella.
Quiet! Lippy, Lem's come to. He's going to live. Doc Bennett saved him.
The dirty
Shut
colt.
up. He cleared the engine and named you as the killer behind the holdup. Raise your hands. I'm arresting you in the name of the law.
You won't get me.
Stop him.
There he goes.
The masked fella's after him.
Yeah, and he's going to get him, too.
Oh, Steve. Here's your man, Sheriff.
Another break like that, Lippy, and you won't live to be tried.
Let go.
But that's all right. I don't care if you don't.
Man, I wish I could have seen him. Not another man alive could have held off that mob like he did.
I was so worried.
You worried? I was half scared to death.
They aren't going to do anything to you because you were there.
Well, yes, I'm afraid they are.
Oh, Ted.
I heard them talking.
Ted, does it mean jail?
Well, not exactly.
Please, what are they going to do?
Do? Well, from what I could hear, most of them said they were coming here to the house.
Oh,
When they get here,
yes?
they're going to apologize. Jane, thanks to the masked man, we haven't an enemy left in town.
Hail, Silver! Away!
The story you have just heard is a copyrighted feature of the Lone Ranger Incorporated.